हेलो एवरीवन, हाउ आर यू ऑल एंड वेलकम टू माय चैनल ग्लोइंग माइंड्स। आज हम बात करेंगे बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक के बारे में जो है इंडियन मिलिट्री एक्सरसाइजेस। सो दिस टाइप्स ऑफ टॉपिक्स आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट विद द पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ द एग्जामिनेशंस एंड आल्सो एज ए सिटीजन आपको पता होना चाहिए कि हमारा देश किन किन देशों के साथ एंगेज्ड है मिलिटरीली एंड व्हाट काइंड ऑफ एक्सरसाइजेस वी परफॉर्म टू एंश्योर आवर कोऑपरेशन विद वेरियस नेशंस। सो विदाउट वेस्टिंग टाइम, लेट्स स्टार्ट. So, what kind of military exercises are performed by India? See, there are basically three types in this, that is domestic exercise, then bilateral exercise, and then multilateral exercises. So, today we are going to discuss about Indian domestic military exercises and bilateral military exercises of India. हम multilateral military exercises का topic next video में discuss करेंगे because it is engagement of many nations and the video will become somehow lengthy as we will be discussing various types of details of various nations in the multilateral military exercises. So let's start with the domestic military exercises of India. So we will understand what is domestic military exercise. So basically this is done between the three forces. जो हमारे three forces है, आर्मी, नेवी और एयरफोर्स, इनके बीच में ये एक्सरसाइज होती है विद इन इंडिया, ये इंडिया के अंदर ही होती है. And these types of exercises are performed to ensure the cooperation among the three forces, that is Army, Navy and Air Force, and they are performed in various locations of India. Okay, so what is the aim of performing the domestic military exercises? उनके पीछे का वजूद क्या होता है? So it is very basic, that is the cooperation among the three services, that is Army, Navy and Air Force. Second is that to send a clear cut signal for the enemy that yes, हम बहुत ताकतवर है, हमारे पास बहुत ability है. And third is that to keep eye on our own abilities, on our own weaknesses, that where we can work, where we can become strong. Okay. And the fourth is about the peacekeeping missions, where the forces of India are sent to maintain and ensure the peace where the situations are disastrous. So this is the domestic military exercises of India. So now we will know about which kind of exercise India performs. What are the names of that exercises? Okay. So first is the Gandhi Vijay, meaning bow or dhanush. इनका aim होता है towards the training of commanders and soldiers. This exercise is done between the mechanized forces, infantry, artillery, engineers and special forces with Indian Air Force. So the aim behind this Gandhi Vijay exercise is that it aims towards the training of the commanders and soldiers in various situations. Last time it was conducted in 2018 in Rajasthan. So next is the Pashchim Lahar. The name itself suggests that the exercise is related to the western coast. The exercise is performed between the Western Command of Indian Navy, then units of Eastern Command of Indian Navy, then Indian Army and the Indian Air Force with the Coast Guard of India. So the aim of this exercise is to use the data efficiently during the insurgencies or emergencies during the operations of the forces. See, you might be knowing that during the time of insurgencies, अगर हमारे पास जो डेटा होता है, अगर उसका हम अच्छी तरह से इफ़िशेंटली अगर हमने उसका यूज़ किया तो हमें बहुत अच्छी तरह से टैकल करना आ सकता है दुश्मन को. सो द एम बिहाइंड दिस एक्सरसाइज इज़ द सेम, टू हैव द efficient use of the information and data from Army, Navy and Air Force. So next is the Vayu Shakti exercises. The name itself suggests that the exercise is of Indian Air Force. So it is considered the one of the largest exercises conducted within India. So why it is considered the largest? Because of its numbers, the number of officers, aircrafts, helicopters, airmen. And this exercise is also important for our neighborhood, Pakistan and China, because they have a keen observation on what kind of exercise we perform. Because the Vayu Shakti exercise last year was performed on the Chinese border. So our next and last exercise is Vijay Prahar. The exercise is conducted between Indian Army and Indian Air Force. This exercise is performed to ensure the jointmanship between Indian Army and Indian Air Force. So this kind of exercise is performed to combat situations of the nuclear weapon warfare, then biological weapon warfare, and also 20,000 troops perform in this exercise. Last year it was conducted in Rajasthan. So these were our 4 domestic exercises of Indian military. And the kind of names they give to this exercise is also one of the motivating factor of these exercises. So the next is the bilateral military exercises, the military exercises which are conducted in the international arena between the two nations. So India has many bilateral military exercises. India also performs many bilateral military exercises with various nations of the world, that is Sri Lanka, Australia, then Thailand, then Indonesia, Nepal. Okay. So before going into their names and what kind of exercises we perform, the main motive behind this all exercise is that to increase our military cooperation, which is one of the most important pillar of the strategic relations between the nation. So the next aim is that to improve the cooperation in the peacekeeping missions. The missions जो होते हैं यूनाइटेड नेशंस द्वारा हमें भेजा जाता है बहुत सारे देशों में टू मेंटेन द पीस व्हेन देयर इज़ अ टर्मोइल. तो ऐसे वक्त पे क्या होता है कि बहुत सारे देश की जो फोर्सेस है, आर्मी फोर्स, नेवी फोर्स, एयर फोर्स, वो ऐसे वक्त पर एक साथ आती है फॉर मेंटेनिंग पीस, फॉर कंडक्टिंग द ऑपरेशंस. तो उस समय कॉपरेशन कैसा होना चाहिए, ये होता है मोटिव एक्सरसाइज का. एंड द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट मोटिव बिहाइंड दिस एक्सरसाइज इज़ टू शो टू द वर्ल्ड, टू एनिमीज, हमारे दुश्मनों को दिखाने के लिए कि किस हद तक हमारे पास ताकत है किसी भी एक्टिविटी को परफॉर्म करने के लिए. So the first bilateral military exercise is Sampriti exercise, which is conducted between India and Bangladesh. It was started in 2009 and since then India and Bangladesh are hosting it alternatively. So the aim behind Sampriti exercise is to increase the cooperation between the armies of India and Bangladesh. So the next exercise is the Mitra Shakti, which is conducted between India and Sri Lanka. The aim behind this joint military exercise is to increase the cooperation between the militaries of India and Sri Lanka. So the next exercise is exercise Maitri. This exercise is conducted between India and Thailand. It is a joint exercise to combat the counter-terrorism and the peacekeeping missions. So both the military forces of this nation, that is army, perform in these military exercises. So the next and one of the most important military exercise of India is Vajra Prahar, which is conducted between India and United States of America. The special forces of both the nation participate in this exercise. So the 11th edition of this joint military exercise was conducted in Himachal Pradesh and the 10th edition was conducted in United States of America. So the aim behind such exercise is to share the best practices and experiences of both the special forces of these nations. So the next exercise again is about India and United States, that is युद्ध अभ्यास. देखिए इंडिया और यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स बहुत ही एंगेज है मिलिट्री और इसके वजह से ही हम इनको देखते हैं इन द बायलैटरल एंड मल्टीलैटरल मिलिट्री एक्सरसाइजेस ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. So the Yuddha Abhyas is conducted between the armies of both the nations. See, don't get confused. The Yuddha Abhyas is conducted between army and Vajra Prahar is conducted between the special forces of both the nations. So the aim behind this military training is for the cultural exchanges, building of joint development, of friendship, then exchange of knowledge and experiences in the military fields. Next is India and Mongolia. Its name is Nomadic Elephant. I don't know what is the meaning of such kind of name for this exercise. It might be something related to their tradition. Okay, anyways, so this is conducted between the Airborne Special Task Battalion of Mongolia and the Rajputana Rifles of India. Also both this nation, that is India and Mongolia, meet in conquest exercise, that is peacekeeping exercise under the United Nations mandate. So look at this picture. The army is performing for the peacekeeping mission under conquest to control the crowd without weapons. So the next exercise is conducted between India and Indonesia. The name of the exercise is Garud Shakti. It is conducted between the special forces of India and the army of Indonesia. Indonesia is situated in the South China Sea, so it is one of the most important nation for India from the point of strategic view. The aim of the exercise is to combat terrorism acts, insurgencies, and to share the military experiences between the nations. So the next exercise is exercise Shakti, which is conducted between India and France. It becomes one of the most important exercise because the India and France are experiencing the great relations in the recent times. It is conducted between the French army and the Indian army, who is represented by the Sikh regiment. So the establishment of the strategic relations between India and France took place in 1998, and since then the military exercise is one of the most and one of the four pillars of the Indo-French cooperation relations. So the next exercise is the Dharma Guardian, which is conducted between India and Japan. As Japan is towards the east of East China Sea, it becomes one of the most important nations for India from strategic point of view. So the Army of Japan and the Gorkha Rifles of India participate in the Dharma Guardian exercise. The aim behind this exercise is for the knowledge sharing, counter-terrorism, and to combat the security challenges and to increase the strategic relations of India and Japan. So our next exercise is exercise Surya Kiran, which is conducted between India and Nepal. It is conducted at the battalion level of the army of both the nations. This exercise aims at countering terrorism activities and training for the eventualities of the natural and man-made disasters. So today's video's last exercise, that is hand in hand, which is conducted between India and China. The aim of the exercise is to improve the relations between the nations, then combating terrorism activities and peacekeeping missions. So it is one of the most important exercise as India and China are experiencing the weakest phase of their relations. So this becomes one of the most important exercise for the examinations. So this was all for today. In the next video we will discuss about the multilateral military exercise of India. Till then, stay tuned, stay safe, and take care of yourself, and do subscribe for getting such good videos. Thank you so much.